Okay, is that better? Is that better? Is that... Is this better? Are we back? Am I back? Everyone, also welcome Mooney. What is the delay now? I don't even know. Is it? It's not starting yet? No, it's there. We're back. We're back. You guys see your text messages show up timely? Why is that? We're back. We're back. What is the delay like? 2 seconds? 3 seconds? 20 seconds? Didn't check how long. Well, I mean, here it is. Test. Okay, it still seems a bit delayed. 6 seconds? Oh god. No delay. Oh no. Man. Okay, well, I don't know. You know what, you guys? That's normal. Is that normal though? That feels higher than usual. Oh well, whatever. You know what? We're gonna deal with it. 18. Yeah, 18 sucks. 5 is probably fine. Okay. Well. Anyway, now that we're here, we're back here. Miku Picross. Friday. I'm gonna solve some puzzles. Yo, what the? This song didn't have audio before, or it didn't have lyrics before. Yeah, back at it again. Anyway, yeah, it's Friday. It's the full... Is this Miku? Is this Miku? Do people know Vocaloids? Is this Luca? Is this Miku? I guess it's Miku. I don't know. It's been a while. Anyway, we're gonna start off... No, it's probably Miku. I think all the songs so far have been by Miku. But we got Luca today down here. Seems normal to me on iPad? Okay. Okay, that's good. Anyway. Today, as an update on the job search, no update. Basically, still just waiting. That's how it goes. I don't know how long it's gonna take for someone to contact me for an interview, but I'm still here, I'm waiting. And then besides that, I haven't been doing that much else. I've just been reading things online. Just about like tax documents, investing, all this stuff. Also, welcome to Potato. I'm gonna have to go to my redeems page. Your fried egg is gonna show up. It's gonna show up right now. Right now, there it is. There's fried egg. There's your fried egg on Friday. So I've been like watching videos. It's like, you know, explaining what the heck investment things are. Different terminology to understand. And then, as I mentioned yesterday, I still have that form to fill out for line stickers. With the tax withholding stuff. So I'm just looking through that. I don't really know what I'm doing. Forms are hard. It's hard to understand things sometimes. But I will try to get that out soon, so that I can get paid by Line Corporation for the stickers that I made like 5 years ago that I never actually redeemed. And then I will have some extra money in my account. And that's cool. Yeah, fried egg out here on Friday. Good times, great times here today on Friday. And besides that, nothing else. That's all the updates from me, unless I remember something. But I doubt I'll remember anything because nothing really is happening in my life right now. Just out here playing Picross. Classic Friday activity. Although last week we played Picross on Thursday instead of Friday. It was a special occasion. But today we're back to the regularly scheduled Picross on the normal day. Now no one's gonna come in and question why I'm playing this on Friday, because I normally play this on Friday. Last time people came in, they're like, what the? Miku Picross on Thursday? Isn't this normally Dark Souls Day? And it wasn't, but now it is. Here, we're listening to the classic music you all know and love. Hatsune Miku Radio. There it is. All of your favorite songs. You got this song. You got the next song. Every song. They're all here. You know, the classic songs such as Melt. That's not here. Marine Cap. Yo, that's Poggin. Also, welcome Cole. Where's that Marine Cap? Where's that Marine Cap? Marine from Hololive Japan? Hololive JP? Is that her? That's not her. This is not Marine. That's cool though. Gonna make me a fried egg for breakfast? Let's go. Since I don't have to go to work, I haven't been eating breakfast because I wake up at like, you know, around lunchtime. So I've just been having one fewer meals during the day. That's fine. I'll get used to that. Usually, you guys usually eat breakfast on weekends? Like if you guys wake up at like 11, are you guys gonna have breakfast or you just combine it with lunch? Because for me, breakfast, that's for when I wake up at like 9 something. Almost always eat breakfast. Some people do say it's the most important meal of the day. I don't know how true that is. It's one of the meals. Potato usually just eats lunch. I feel like a lot of people do that. Breakfast nowadays, it doesn't seem like that much of a thing. Also, welcome Stanley. Slime Molder wakes up at 6:30. I'm assuming you mean 6:30 a.m. That is really early. What time do you go to sleep? If you're waking up at 6:30, are you sleeping at like 10 p.m.? 11 p.m.? Or are you just sleeping at like 12 and just having 6.5 hours of sleep? Wow, Stream Elements is so delayed. Welcome back, Stream Elements. Breakfast is for weak people? No. It's good. It's good to have breakfast. There's like scientific research. Like breakfast, it's important because of such and such reasons. I don't know what reasons they are, but they're there. There are legitimate reasons. I think it was just marketing from the bacon companies. It's kind of weird how bacon is associated with like breakfast. You know, like when you think of breakfast foods, it's like pancakes, waffles, cereal usually, oatmeal sometimes, yogurt as well. But like, what's stopping people from just eating like dinner stuff for breakfast, right? You guys ever have like instant noodles for breakfast? I've done that. I don't think it's weird at all. You could have leftover. If you have leftover pizza from the other day, you could eat that for breakfast. I think it's fine. There's no restriction. You can do whatever you want. See, Zoli says breakfast turns into lunch and then I end up having a midnight snack. No. If you eat that late, it's not good for your metabolism. Actually, I don't know. It's probably not good. Actually, I got on that sleep schedule back when I had to go to the office and never got out of the habit. Yeah, imagine waking up at specific times of the day. Could not even be me. Anyway, we got the vocals here. Check it out. Vocals on this song. That's Pog. Breakfast is not important. Bread is good. Yeah, we got bread. Hamp says, breakfast being important was a plot by Big Milk to sell more milk. Yeah, it's weird that they had advertisements specifically for, like, to get people to buy milk. You guys remember, I saw a tweet, speaking of, like, old commercials. People in the US, do you remember those commercials that were like, it's 10 p.m., do you know where your kids are? What was up with that? It wasn't like advertising anything, it was just like, hey, do you remember that you have children and they exist? I don't remember those ads. Weird. Just to remind for people to be reminded that their kids are existing. I saw that in a tweet. Yeah, I remember. Welcome, Snacko Racko. Do they still have those? Kids didn't stay home back then. Less internet. Yeah. I saw that the context for it was like a tweet that was like Zoomer was tweeting like, oh man, imagine being in the 90s and like being stuck indoors and not having Wi-Fi. Oh, that must suck. And then someone replied to it that was like, no, we actually went outside. We actually had advertisements that were like, do you know where your kids are? Because parents, they had children and they would go outside. But yeah, I remember that ad. One of the classic ads. Anyway. If you have leftovers, you often have it for breakfast. I think that makes the best sense. Cold pizza. A lot of people, they just eat cold pizza from the fridge. I never understood that. If I ever have leftover pizza, I always heat it up first. Either like in a toaster oven or like a microwave. I would never just eat it cold. That just seems weird. Maybe it's not that weird, but to me, I would prefer to have some heated up pizza. Also, welcome Wolfie. Instant ramen doesn't sound appetizing for breakfast. It's the normal thing. It's not that weird. You should put more things on TV that aren't advertisements, like something that just says "Have a good day," wasn't actually advertising anything. People do that on YouTube. Some people have ads that are like not related to a product they're trying to sell, but just because they can put money and show it to people. I don't know. People do that on Twitter as well. Sometimes they're just not advertising a product, they just want people to see their tweet for some reason. They're desperate. They're desperate for the numbers. Wait, yeah, they could do that on TV, if people still watch TV. Cold pepperoni. I don't know. I'm not a fan. It's gotta be warm. See, I don't like microwave pizza much. If I had a toaster oven, I would use it. Yeah, toaster oven reheated pizza is pretty good. I would recommend it. Definitely much better than cold pizza. See, the most classic advertisement was the House Hippos. I don't remember that. Is that a Canadian thing? I don't remember these House Hippos. What's that about? What is even that about? So I used to have ramen for breakfast as a kid, now it's too much salt. Well, it depends if you know, what if you just don't add the seasoning packet? What if you add other stuff? What if you got vegetables? Toaster ovens are so nice, great for warming everything up. Yeah, I use a toaster oven. Like, I don't know how to cook, but a toaster oven, that's a classic way to heat food up. Some people, you guys don't understand. I guess nowadays people just use an air fryer for everything. It's probably also valid. Chat 9 throw, oh, you're right. Why did I mark this off? I don't even know. Right, this? Oh, right, that's, I meant to do this. Thank you for that. Let's see. If they want numbers so bad, they should just play Picross. What was the context for this? I already forgot. Oh, seeing advertising things that aren't ads. True. So true. I like to put sourdough bread in the toaster. It's yum. Toaster or toaster oven? I haven't had one of those traditional toasters in a long time. The one that has like that 2 slots where you put bread in. I've always had a toaster oven. And those, you know, you can heat up pretty much everything. So much stuff. House Hippos. Okay, what is this? What the heck is this? I don't think I've ever seen this commercial. House Hippo commercial? Okay, it's a Canadian thing. Absolutely a Canadian thing. I've never seen this. I have never seen this. So toaster oven seems superior unless the only thing you need it for is toast. Well, I use it to heat up bread as well. It's valid. It's valid for many things. So it's so versatile. You can't even stop. What's a toaster oven? It's like a toaster, except instead of just having a slot for bread, it's like a big open thing. You can look it up. They're pretty cheap. You can find them on electronic stores, places where you can buy stuff. There, yeah. True, so true. Toaster ovens are pog for 1 to 2 people on a nighttime meal. Exactly. I would recommend it. If you have not had a toaster oven, and you're like, oh man, I wish there was some way to heat up this food. Too bad there isn't. Well, you can look into a toaster oven. You could have heated up food. You don't have to eat cold pizza anymore. But if for some reason you do enjoy cold pizza, you can continue to do that. I remember the House Hippo thing. This was a classic. Are you also Canadian, Hemp? Are you Canadian? Do we have Canadian self-report? Doxed from being Canada. Let's see. Toaster oven with slot. I need one of those. Do they have like a regular toaster oven that has an additional slot? Also, welcome Raylong. If you have more, you're better off with a regular oven. Definitely pog for having a friend over. The toaster oven's good. Oh, the air fryer is also pretty good. You guys have air fryers? Do people here understand the appeal of air fryers? It's like an oven, but with less effort. It's smaller, but you could put stuff in it. You could just plug it in, and then it just works. You don't have to preheat it, which is nice. Just turn it on. It's fun. The streamer does not have... What do you mean I don't? I'm talking about the benefits of an air fryer right now. You think I would talk about it if I didn't have experience with an air fryer? Slime Lord not even paying attention. I've said so much. Yeah, that's the meta. That's the meta right now. As always said, my default way of spotting Canadians is to mention a place called the Washroom. Yeah, I've talked about this. I feel like washroom makes more sense. You know, we say bathroom over here, but like people don't take baths in all bathrooms. A washroom, that makes sense. That's where you go to wash. You know, you can wash your hands. That's a classic thing to do in a washroom. Amp said, every washroom you can wash up in, not every bathroom you can bathe in. Exactly. Exactly. Saves time. You can make super crispy stuff. Yeah, you could put, you can heat up chicken. You can heat up bread. You can heat up so many things. Possibilities are endless. Check it out. That's a good illustration. Why does this cake has a has a belt and a ribbon on it? What is 11/5? Is that her birthday? Is that the Vocaloid's birthday? She's handing you a drink? No, I don't drink. Unless it's non-alcoholic, then maybe I'll take it. Depends what's in it. I don't even know. We don't even know what it could be in it. Air fryers make frozen fries hot so good. Yeah, they're good. It's part of the name. Air fryer and fry. A regular oven has an air fry mode. It's pretty Choco J hype. I feel like ovens are too big. There's too much effort going into them to maintain. You gotta preheat stuff. You gotta maintain the inside. My family never uses the oven. You just put pots and pans in. It's a classic thing. You guys may understand. You put the pots and pans in the oven for storage. Pretty common thing. Let's see, it is Meiko's birthday, okay. Nice. You don't understand Wolfkey? That tells me a lot. If someone says that their family puts pots and pans in the oven, then you learn something. You can relate to them. They're too big unless you're cooking for a group. Exactly. What's it called? An oven? Yeah, why do they even call it an oven? Let's see, have I ever had a mocktail? No. I'm gonna assume that's like a non-alcoholic cocktail sort of thing. But I have never had it. I don't know. I've never been offered one because I never go to parties or anything. I'm never in a situation where someone could offer me a mocktail. So I've just never had it. To the point where I don't even know what it is. Non-alcoholic pina colada is Pog. What is in that? Also welcome Jose. Alfie's too cool for parties? Exactly. Exactly. Imagine going to a party. Wow. Not me. I would never. Thought it was a joke, turns out people do it. Yeah, Loki doesn't even know. Doesn't even know the pots and pans in the oven. That's a meta. Yeah, that is one of the metas. Coconut and pineapple? Okay, I probably won't like it, because I'm actually not a fan of pineapple. Or not pineapple, coconut. Not really, you know, something about coconut. I don't enjoy it. It's like the taste as well as the texture. It just feels weird. So if I was offered something like that, I probably would not take it. I mean, maybe I'll try it once. The non-alcoholic version. Exactly. Like coconut water. You guys ever have coconut water? I think it tastes weird. It's strange. You don't have to worry about the texture in a cocktail, but don't they put like the shavings? Like, you know, sometimes when they have alcoholic drinks, they have like, don't they put like salt on the outside sometimes? I don't know what it's called, but they like coat the rim of the cup, not the cup, the glass or something. What if they put the coconut shavings like on there? I don't like that. Yeah, the salt. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have coconut texture. It's good. Oh, but like I don't like the texture or the taste. You don't have to eat it. Yeah, but it's like when you're sipping it. It's like, you know, it inherently to drink it you have to. Oh, it's strong. Okay, I don't know. I don't know drinks. I'm sure they don't always have that. It's probably optional. You could request not to have it. Salt or sugar? I imagine it was like, it's probably salt a lot of the times. Anyway, drinking. You guys drink? I'm gonna assume everyone in here has had alcohol. Unless you're like me. One of the few people that doesn't even drink. Probably give you a straw. What if they give you one of those straws that it makes a loop? You guys ever have those straws? The straws that are for kids, they have the loop-de-loop. They can be looping. Looping the third. Yeah, silly straws. Exactly, exactly. I don't remember the last time I had one of those. It's been so long. Ever since the pandemic, it's mostly been beer instead of cocktails. Yeah, beer, people can be drinking beer at home. Cocktails, you gotta go to a bar or something. It's one of those things, you can't just be in your own home drinking cocktails. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's not weird. See, Shima Panic says, I don't drink ever for many years, then became a late bloomer. I will never drink. Also, welcome Hatsune, the real Hatsune Miku, except spelled in a way that suggests something else. What the? See, I don't drink, but non-alcohol cocktails are truly fun. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe someday. Probably not. Most likely, probably not. Can't believe you'd call silly straws for kids. Are they not for kids? I feel like kids are the main audience of those straws. They're the ones that would appreciate it the most. They know how cool it is. Is it weird? Is it weird? It's called being economical. So you can do very simple stuff like rum and coke. Well, I don't even know what rum is. Isn't rum alcoholic? Rum, isn't that real user metrics? The way that people determine how users are using their website through analytics. So that's rum. It's part of New Relic. It's part of many different observability platforms. Sometimes make a whiskey highball. I've heard all these terms. I don't actually know what any of them mean. I'm sure it's fine. Kids could never appreciate the true majesty of a silly straw. No, they're the ones that, you know, they are the ones that appreciate it the most. You know, adults, they're just we're so jaded by life. Kids, when they see it, they're like, yo, let's go, I love it. Adults are like, I need this to distract me from the horrors of life. Depression, mortgages, taxes. You know, kids, they just see the silly straw and they're like, oh, let's go, I love it. That straw is so funny looking. Oh shoot, what, the 2 is here. Whoops. This terminology. Let's say Strong Zero again, but they don't exist here in Germany. I think in the US actually, there is a there's a brand by Suntory, which is the company that makes Strong Zero in Japan. I think they have something that's similar. It goes by a different name though. I saw a tweet about it. I didn't pay too much attention to it because I don't drink. But I saw it. We could look into it. Maybe it exists. What even is Strong Zero? So from what I've heard, in Japan, if you have a drink that's above a certain percentage of alcohol, they require the company that's making it to charge extra, like it's tax extra. And so I think Strong Zero is like right on the limit so that you don't get extra tax. The alcohol percentage in that drink. It's like the legal maximum that it can be without being charged extra. And so that's what it is. It's just a drink. It is an alcoholic drink with the highest percentage you can have. Made by freezing fruit in liquid nitrogen. Oh. I didn't actually know what that was. That's how they made it, I mean. Well, now you know. Now you know. Every time I go to Japan, people, they love drinking that. They're always talking about it. Every time they go back to the US, they're like, man, I wish we had Strong Zero here. I'm just like, I don't know really anything. I don't really understand any of that. Alright, what is this? Yeah, what's a dog? Holy frick. Can we get some Choco J dog in chat? Okay, where's this dog? Where's this? This is a dog. Look at that dog. It's not the same dog. That's a different dog. But what is that? What is this thing called? It's gotta be a paddle. Just a regular paddle. It kind of looks like a bottle. I know it's not a bottle, but doesn't it look like a bottle? I was also thinking of this. That was a thing back in the day. People that used to go to conventions, you probably know that. Is it more strong or more zero? is both. That's why strong and zero. They're both in the title. So it's a doggy paddle. Get it, guys? Because the dog was there. It had a paddle. Classic. That's how it is. Anyway, I feel like at some point, like 15 minutes ago, I had something that I was going to say that was related to something that we were talking about, but then I totally forgot what it was. Unfortunately. What were we talking about 15 minutes ago? Toaster ovens. No, I don't know. Well, if I remember it, I'll bring it up again. But yeah. Entire conversation thread is lost. We don't even know. Air fryers. Oh yeah, pans in the oven. Hold on. Was it related to that? Pots and pans in the oven. No. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Sometimes you just gotta accept that the conversation has passed. Yeah, you can't bring it up again. You guys ever have that happen? Like when you're in a conversation with a group of people and then like someone's talking about something and then they switch topics and you're like, wait, I kind of had something to say, but that was like 5 minutes ago and now it's not relevant anymore. It's like, oh no, isn't this, you know, would it be weird for me to bring this up? It's like, hey, that thing we were talking about 5 minutes ago. I know you guys are talking about something else now, but, remember that thing? I got something to say about it. And then you say it and they're like, oh, that's cool. And then they go back to talking about the other thing. Classic relatable moment. Everyone can relate to this. Only in Lolfi stream you get the best stuff. Yeah, all this mundane, these mundane things everyone can talk about. A conversation you could contribute to passes and you forget always happens. Exactly. Or like when you're in a conversation and there's people that are really talkative and then you're like, if you're someone that doesn't like to interrupt people, then you're like, you're waiting for a chance to say something but you don't have a chance to jump in. I mean, this doesn't apply to this because I'm the one leading the conversation, and also in text you can say whatever you want. But like sometimes, you know? I've been thinking about this because in interview questions, sometimes they ask what is one of your strengths or weaknesses? And I'm thinking like, okay, what if I say that in large group conversations, sometimes I don't like interrupting people. And therefore, it may seem like my opinion is underrepresented. And then they'll ask, have you done anything to help with this? And then I'll say, sure. But I make sure to, if it's important enough, I'll be sure to bring it up. Smaller group conversation. I don't know, maybe that's not a good answer. Also, welcome Inform. Alright, reading this message, I'm interrupting you. You're supposed to spin a negative into a positive? Exactly, but then, okay. What would I even say? Because all the answers to that question are just so cliche. Like, you're like, oh, I care too much. I have like too much, that I don't even know what to say. There's too much stuff. There's too many things. What would you guys say? If an interviewer asks you what is your greatest weakness or strength? Your greatest weakness. Would you just say, I suck at answering this question, like as a joke? I would not say that. Haven't tried to fix it because I value other people's input. No, but then you gotta be assertive. They want people that are assertive. You would share your opinions. You know, maybe your opinion is important for other people to value. Great at bouncing off other people, good at debug. No, I mean like, what is your weakness? The best answer is a weakness you used to have that you've improved on. I always thought that's kind of stupid because it's like you're asking about a weakness that they have, and they're like, okay, I used to have this weakness, and then if you say that, you're just like, okay, what weakness do you still have? What is my weakness? I'm human. I've still I'm still in my human form. If I had to pick a weakness, I would say I can be a perfectionist. Yeah, that's like the most common thing, right? That's such a cliche thing to say. And I'm sure they do that. I've been thinking about that as well. Like, you know, you can say like, oh, I have like a perfectionist. Sometimes you need to strike a balance between getting this thing perfect versus getting it to be shipped to production. And then what you gotta say is you gotta give an example. You gotta be like, okay, when I was working in this position, you know, there was a production issue, and then you can say, okay, you know, the code wasn't that great, but we had to accept that the code needed to get shipped, otherwise we would have more issues. So you can't just have everything be perfect. And then you can say, okay, well, one of my coworkers, he insisted on having high test coverage. He was insistent on doing the best practices everywhere in everything. And I stepped in and I said, okay, that's great. However, this thing, we need to get it out. We can look at this again later. And then we re-evaluated it. We came back to it later. We fixed all the issues. And it was good. I don't know, I could say that. It is only cliche answer. You gotta give examples. That's what you gotta do. You guys ever hear of the STAR method? STAR? It's like situation, task, something, result. You just name things. You have to name a specific situation. Otherwise, you could just be making it up. I mean, you could be making it up anyway. Most people probably are. STAR. You have to use it. It's not only an AWS thing. It's like, I guess they recommend it, but it's like an industry thing, I guess. The company that I got laid off from, when we were doing interviews, they suggested using the STAR method. And then this outplacement site that we're using right now, they also suggest using that. The weaknesses, Ness is the... Oh, weak Ness, I see it. I see it. I understand. Ness, you think Ness is weak? I think he's pretty cool. You have too much unit testing. And then if they ask, you know, like, what are some situations? I said he wasn't. I know. I read your message in my head. I'm just saying, like, the person is suggesting that Ness is weak. But he's not. Actually, he is pretty good. He is one of the best members. The greatest members of the crew. The DK crew. It's not even in the DK crew. But yeah, there's so many questions. There's so many things to prepare for. You gotta, I've been thinking about this yesterday as well. You know, typically when someone asks you, like, what is your greatest strength? I feel like people are pretty bad at evaluating themselves. Because they always have a bias, you know? Like, okay, of course I'm great at this thing. But then, like, one of the interviews that I did some time ago, like, the last time I was looking for a job, instead of asking, like, your strengths and weaknesses, the person interviewing actually put it in an interesting way. He was like, okay, think about the best manager you've had. What is some feedback you received from them? And then when I thought about I can't even talk. When I thought about it that way, I was like, oh shoot, actually, yeah, my manager says, he said this thing, he said I'm good at this thing. And then I could name so many things, and I was like, wow, thank you. Thank you for reframing this thing in a way that I can actually relate to. And it was cool. It was great. So if I get asked one of those questions, I'll be like, oh yeah, my manager one time, they told me this thing. And then I have like a specific example, a real example from a real person. And then I could be like, okay, if you don't believe me, go contact him right now. I won't say that, but they could if they really wanted to. They probably won't. The option is there. Anyway, interviews, kinda stressful. If only I could actually have an interview, wouldn't that be cool? Okay, this one's gotta go this way. And these could not be there. Got this one. Got the 3 right there. Got that one, this one right there. Anyway, it's numbers time. You guys already know, it's numbers time. 4, am I going for Rust primarily? Yes. There are some jobs that are like, a lot of jobs they don't list like the specific languages, they just list like, okay, prefer that you have experience in one of these languages, but they don't say what they actually use. And to me, I'm always cautious. You know, like what if they make me program like, I don't know, Python? Like I could do it, I just would prefer not to. I would just prefer, you know, using Rust. But I'm sure like if I can't find a job, I'd be willing to go back to Scala. I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, yeah, numbers time. The 1, 2, 3, 4 time. You can ask during the interview. Yeah, usually, I mean, the places that I'm applying to, like if they say like, okay, prefer that you know one of these languages, but then they actually in the description they say they use this language, I will not prioritize that one. But if they list multiple languages and Rust is one of them, I'll ask like, okay, what percentage? Not what percentage, but like, you know, what parts of the code base are this language or this language? Why would you, you know, why is this part doing this thing? Whatever. Not why, but like. What, like what percent? Not what percent. I don't even know what I'm saying. You guys know what I mean. Because they could just make up stuff. But yeah, there's like a lot of different places. There's so many options. There's way too many options. But also the thing is, unfortunately, that I've gotten used to getting paid like a lot of money. And I'm sure like some of these places probably do not pay as much as what I was paid. And the way I was able to negotiate the salary when I applied to this job was the fact that I already had a job and I wasn't afraid to turn down the offer. But now that I'm unemployed, I'm just like, well, if I get an offer and the money like it's not as good, but it's still like pretty decent, it's harder for me to say like, no, I'm gonna say no to this. You have less bargaining ability when you're like you actually need a job. That's how things go. It can't just be like this money is pretty good, but like it could be better. I mean, I'll still do it. I'll still be like, okay, if I like the job, can you maybe increase it by this much? And then if they say no, actually, I feel like if you're in an interview and they're at the point where they give you an offer, you can almost always, like, at least negotiate a little bit more. Because I think they expect that. They go into it expecting that the person's gonna be like, you know, they'll give a counter offer. And so, you know, they went through all that effort. Sometimes, like, as a hiring person, you don't want to spend all this time interviewing candidates and then, you know, just to not get it over the finish line. So if they have an offer, it's probably negotiable. Unless you're just like, unless they have better candidates, I don't know. And if they offer me free Pomu merch, I hate merch. I don't enjoy having merch at all. So that would not factor into anything. I would simply be like, oh frick, I messed up. Wait, how is that? How is that possible? Wait, wait a second. This thing, okay, I guess it's there. I guess I messed up somewhere. Whoops. Oh, man. Well. Welcome, Soli. What if they had Pizza Fridays? I would not care, because then it would require me to go to the office. right? Unless they delivered it to my house every Friday. Also, welcome Denchi. But even then, at some point you get tired of it, right? I think, actually my previous workplace, no, my previous, I guess at this point is my previous workplace. They had, there was like a period of time where they would just order pizza, like a lot, and people got so tired of it. I think we were like working on a project that was due soon, and then they just like, to get us to stay in the office during lunch, they would just order pizza every day, so we didn't have to go out to buy stuff. And like by the end of the first bit, by the end of like the third day or something, everyone was like, oh, for pizza again? Come on. And I think it countered. Like at the end of the day, there was always a lot of pizza left over, which was good for me because, you know, I would take that pizza home. Other people though, they'd be like, I'm so tired of this. They'd go out, they would get something else and change up the restaurant. But even if it was a different restaurant, but it was also pizza, you know, wouldn't that be, that'd be too much, right? Also, what am I missing? I got something wrong. You got the 2, you got the 4, 7. Got the 8. Yeah, the food. What's wrong? What's wrong here? 7? 2, 11, 12? That's a 12. 2. Oh, okay, something down here. Okay, the 4, that's a 4. That's a 5. That's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 7. Okay, something here is wrong. So 3, 7, 3, 5. Oh, it's here. Am I saying there's no difference between pizza places? There's some difference. Yo, pom-poms? We were just talking about Pomu the Rain Puff. And this one was Pom, just like Pomu. Literally, Pom You, the Rain Puff. I see, no wonder you left that place. I can't imagine working with people who get tired of pizza. At some point, you would. At some point, you just gotta get something else. Palm U. That's a new Twitch emote. Palm U. It's like Pog U except Pomu. Classic emote. Denchi could not even get tired of pizza. What if you had it for every meal? Literally every meal for the rest of your life. Actually, okay, this is a question. If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, forever, every meal, what would you choose? I don't even know. I don't even remember where this was where this came up. Hamburger, different things on the pizza. No, it has to be the same. It has to be the same thing. Unless you just mean like just a pizza that has everything on it. Fine meal, can you customize it at all? No, the exact same. Exact same meal. I guess you could take off some ingredients, but you can't add stuff. You could like cut it up and prepare it differently, but you cannot add additional things. The goop from the Matrix, just don't pick off the topping. I guess. Yeah, I would simply have a meal that consists of every possible meal, and then I would just remove the stuff that I didn't want. Bam, that's easy. That's the easiest thing. Next question. I would simply combine every meal, except they're separated in a way that allows me to easily choose the part that I want. Yeah. What if my meal was just a chicken, just a raw chicken? You could prepare however you want. I guess. But like, okay, but you have to prepare it every day. For every meal. It's not like... Well, I guess people are doing that anyway. It's just the chicken... No, just the chicken by itself. You can't add additional ingredients. You can't say like, you know, one day I'm gonna have barbecue chicken. No. If the barbecue is not part of it, they're gonna make us cook it ourselves. No, that's what Hamflo said. Hamflo was just saying. He said if he just had chicken. Just a chicken. It's if you choose your food to be like the raw chicken, then yes, you could eat the raw chicken, or you could prepare it yourself. You cannot add extra things. You have to slaughter it too if you choose to have the raw chicken. If you choose to have a chicken that's alive as your meal, then yes. Or you could just eat it while it's alive. I don't know. Do people do that? That'd be kind of weird. That'd be so weird, guys. Imagine doing that. No, actually don't imagine it. That's weird. And have a grand slam every day. Grand slam, like the Go-Go Curry grand slam. See, Duck says, I don't know, I get tired of the same thing. Even people in the Bible hated eating the same meal given by God. On God, for real. By God, for real. You get chicken tenders anyway with every dipping sauce. That's valid. That is a valid option. Honestly, I don't know what I would choose. That'd be quite the difficult decision to make. What if this is a trick question? What if I ask this and actually I knew that the world was going to end tomorrow, so actually the last meal you're going to have for the rest of your life is actually the last meal anyone's ever going to have? You know, what if we all just, like, you know, the earth just exploded tomorrow? Then you would have that meal for your next meal. The only meal remaining. That's not going to happen. But if it did, it could. I just want to go to Go-Go Curry so badly. Have you been? It's pretty good. I'm going to assume that you've been there at least once. Yeah, they have it in New York. It's pretty, I would recommend it. You know what I like? Is when you go to Go-Go Curry, or any curry place, and you could add cheese to it. The cheese makes it really good. Cheese, pretty great on curry. I don't know if you've tried it, but it's up there. It's up there. Coco, yeah, Coco Ichibanya is also good. Cheese on curry is a thing for Japanese curry? Yes. It's great. It's so good. So good, guys. You gotta give it a try. You have it as an option. I don't know if I could get tired of katsu curry. I'm sure at some point. But I feel like also, yeah, curry is one of those meals that it's like, it's pretty good. Pretty good, like, almost all the time. It's hard to have, like, a bad curry. Maybe that's not true. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, curry? I was also thinking of curry. Because there's, like, so many, you know, you could have, different variety. I guess you're choosing the same curry. Anyway, I usually will get chicken katsu. For some reason, I like the chicken instead of the pork. Yeah, we can't change it. We can't change it. Also, okay, thank you. Yes, hydration. You guys also hydrate. Alright. I have successfully hydrated. I've completed the hydration ritual. The ritual. When you become rich, you will. Rich you will what? You will what? We don't even know. But that is what a ritual is. Gonna get the 6 here, the 4. This one's gotta be a 4. So this one's gotta be a 2. So welcome, Choco Jacks. Get the Richie Rich. You guys remember Richie Rich? Is a drink included with our set life meal, or is it separate? I guess drinks are separate. You could choose to drink whatever you want. But if you could, okay, if you could drink only one thing for the rest of your life, I would choose water. I would choose water. Are we signing up? Yeah, I said if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life. What would it be? You know, if it was if I said you could only drink one thing, I would say water. That's a no-brainer. You gotta pick water. Just drinking blended versions of all the other meals. Yeah, but that's gonna be so gross. You have to go with the water. Smuggle whatever food I want in a non-transparent cup. No, you can't do that. It's illegal. That's not even part of the agreement. Imagine not choosing water though. I'm sure someone would they'd be like, oh, I can't live without coffee. I'm sure that if you forcibly stop drinking coffee, you probably could live without coffee. It would take some getting used to, but you could get used to it. Carbonated? No, I would not choose carbonated water. I don't get the appeal of carbonated water. Like, you guys actually like carbonation? I hate it. I hate carbonation. It is possible. It is so possible, guys. Some people don't even try. Exactly. Carbonation, I don't get it. What's so good about it? It just feels weird. It's fizzy. I don't like that. I don't like that. Right? Yeah, you feel so bloated. Like water. Sorry, carbonated water. Yeah, soda. Makes no sense. Spicy. It's not even spicy. It tastes exactly the same. And for what? And for what additional benefit? Nothing. Like carbonation in Dr. Pepper, but carbonated water? It's like if I have something carbonated. You know, my brain thinks it's supposed to be like sweet, you know, like soda. But it's like it's nothing. Also, there's these machines that can add carbonation to everything, right? You could have carbonated coffee. You know, they just inject bubbles in it or whatever. It gives the water a taste in some way. Yeah, but like water is good enough on its own. I don't need additional taste injected into it. We don't need that. My brain is miscalibrated? No. That's actually the ideal way to have it. You know, then you don't need anything extra. If you get too used to having like extra stuff, then you know one day when you don't have it, you're like, oh no, I can't live now. I can't live without this thing. Not me though. You learn to live on just regular water. Had a nitro cold brew a while ago. I don't even know what that is. What even is that? Discord Nitro? Yo, Discord is making cold brew now? It's a fancy Starbucks drink. I actually still don't know Starbucks drink sizes. Because I never go to Starbucks. They got so many different. They got like venti. What even is that? What the heck even is a venti? Isn't that the guy from Genshin Impact? Venti? You guys know that life is a bazoo. I think carbonated drinks can bloat, but I will sacrifice my stomach. What? Also, welcome Sleepy. Regular water is golden. The feud with Starbucks drinks. I think the only things I really had at Starbucks is like in the winter sometimes when I was in high school. We would just go to Starbucks and then I'd be like, okay, I guess I'll have like a hot chocolate. And like that was okay. It was nice. It was nice and warm. It's pretty okay. But besides that, I haven't really had much else. So. Looked at their menu, saw the sizings, asked for a drink. The employee asked me if I wanted the size to be Medium? Medi? Medium? Grande, Venti. I don't even know what their sizes are. Also, my previous workplace. Every time it's your birthday, they would give you a Starbucks gift card. And me, as someone who never drinks Starbucks, I would never use it. I would just send to my friend, like, online. I wouldn't explain where I got this card. I'd just be like, hey, you like Starbucks, right? Here's this. And they would, thank you. Whoa, where'd you get this? And I'd be like, oh, it's mine. My workplace just gives them out. What the heck is this? School bag. The classic school bag. Just like an yo guys, it's just like an anime. Wow, this thing that they do in Japan, it's just like an anime, guys. Look, she's got the Miku bag, she's got the Miku plush. She's got the bag, she's got the flowers. All these flowers. Just like an anime. It turns out she just shortened medium. Oh, medium. So I think the only reason to go to Starbucks is the weird fancy drinks. People just drink regular coffee. I don't even know what a Frappuccino is. What even is it? Isn't there also, when it's autumn, everyone goes to get the pumpkin spice latte? What's the deal with that? What's even the deal with pumpkin? Latte. I don't even know what a latte is. Is a latte just like a coffee with like extra milk? Who even knows? No one even knows. Certainly not me. The 2, you got the 3. The 7 has gotta be here. Espresso. See, okay. Saying that assumes that I know what an espresso is. So what is it? What is an espresso? It's just a coffee. Latte literally means milk. That makes sense. That makes so much sense. Oh, cafe, right? Cafe latte. Espresso is small. Is it like the small cup? It's like extremely concentrated. So small, okay, I see. Ain't Espresso the ostrich from Donkey Kong Country? I think that joke would work better if I knew the characters from Donkey Kong. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. Oh, why did I do that? This... I should not have assumed that, but whatever. You got it. Espresso? What the heck? Isn't that when the trains go fast? Express? Isn't that when people have things that they want to say and they have to express it? That doesn't work. Welcome, Rune. Espresso, isn't that the thing? Isn't that the thing? The other thing? There's an ostrich called, oh, it's actually named Espresso, okay. See, I didn't know this. I don't even know Donkey Kong. Ain't Espresso the ostrich? Oh, it is. You're right, it is. Plus the 1.5. Only because of my lack of understanding. You are being... The points are being deducted because of my own lack of understanding. Chia VT Steambag. Hey, Chia's doing a subathon. You can check out Chia's stream right now. Literally right now. As we're speaking. She's streaming right now. Okay, the 3 is there. Then what? This one's gotta be a 5. Literally no other option. And we got the 3 up here. Oh wait, there's a 15. You guys seeing this? There's literally a 15 right there. I didn't even notice. Imagine not noticing the 15 right there. It's fricked up. It's hecked up. In this society, sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes we're so distracted. You don't even see the big numbers. It really says a lot about society. Okay, 7 goes there. It's gotta go up here. Yeah, the 15. Imagine it's been right there the whole time. It's not even see the bigger picture. Yeah, we always just focus on these small aspects of life. We don't even take a look at the larger zoomed out thing. We get so focused on specific aspects of the puzzle. You gotta really step back. You gotta step back, take a look. And there, you'll see. You'll see. Then you'll understand what it's like to live. You guys know this game is actually a description of how to live your life. It's hidden in the puzzles. Yeah, really, as a wise man once said, the 2's gotta be here. Therefore, the 1 could not possibly be there. And then you got the 1-1 there. Classic. Confucius, he said this. He was an appreciator of Big Ross. And oh frick. And he was great. He understood what he was doing. Not me though. I made a mistake that he would never make. See, he would never have put the piece there. He's simply too strong. He's too good. We could all stand to learn from this guy. Okay, we get the 8 over here. The 4. The 4 goes up, as he says. Classic words of wisdom. The 4 gotta go there. Literally gotta. Anyway, it's a 7. Check that out, guys. Anyway, yesterday when I was streaming, I already asked you guys what you're doing on the weekend. But that's because I forgot that yesterday was not Friday. My concept of time is so messed up now. Now that I don't have anything to do. I'm just sitting around like, oh yeah, today's yesterday? That is definitely Friday. Right? It did feel like Friday, right? What's the deal with that? I'm like, I'm not the only one. It's already forgot. I don't even know what it's like. A donut? You tell me this is a donut. It doesn't look like it. What the heck is it? Okay, this donut, you guys seeing this? There it is. There is the donut. I wish you could zoom in. Can you zoom in? You can't even. There's so many small details in this one. You can't even zoom in. Got the donut. You got the baguette. Got the what are these? We don't even know. I don't even know what this is. It do not even look like it. Got some pastries. Got these sandwiches. Those triangle cut sandwiches. Got some soup. Good soup. What is that? Is that an egg? Are those just giant eggs? What is that? What are these? What are these? That bread? This is bread? Anyway, I like this one. This one is great. Great illustration. This is a flamingo? Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice. That is indeed a flamingo right there. Do people eat flamingos? Is that a thing? The heck? Even the art gallery in Soul Calibur, you could zoom in. Yeah, this game, they really need to step it up. There's probably people out there that eat flamingos. has to be. There has to be at least one person. Actually, it's probably several people that have tried eating flamingos. If there's an animal, there's a person who's trying to eat it. What about the fish at the bottom of the ocean? I don't even know. Don't even know what they're like. Okay, 13, gotta be there. 5, could not go this way. A blobfish. They do be blobbing though. Okay, see this again? We got another 15. I noticed early this time. This goes there. You got that 3. Check out that 3. Check out this. They will not be able to hide for long. The blobfish. The blob. Bob the Blob. Blob the Builder. You guys remember Bob the Builder? What did he even build? Got the 6 over there. This one's gotta be a 4. Literally must be a 4. Never even watched Bob the... What was he... He was building buildings. He was a general purpose builder. I feel like a lot of the time he was actually fixing things. Right? I think his catchphrase was like, can we... Was it, can we fix it? Yes, we can. And then, like, can you fix things? But to fix things, you gotta build them. Tell me a Bob dud this bit. No, I'm not telling you that at all. Can he even do it? Bob the Fixer. Anyway, I don't remember anything about it. You know, like kids' TV shows, they're all the same. At some point, once you get used to them, every episode is so formulaic. I can't believe they don't write this thing to engage people's brains. Really says a lot. What are they even showing kids nowadays? Actually, I guess Sesame Street is still on. Sesame Street is always on. Constantly. They'll never get rid of it. What is this? Basketball. Oh, true. That is indeed a basketball and a basket. You guys know why they call it basketball? You're like, oh, what basketball? There's not even a basket. There's not even a basket here. Well, you guys, you know, they actually used to have a basket. It used to be a basket, and then they decided, you know, it's kind of inconvenient to have to go up there and get the ball out every time. So they put a hole in the bottom of the basket, so it just goes through. And then they're like, that's kind of annoying having like an actual basket up there. So then they had one of these things. Now you know. Now you know. That's why it's called basketball. So welcome, Chicken Coop. Jersey says Compton. No, it's Krypton. Krypton D. Krypton D's. Got them. Got them. Okay, normal. Update the wiki. Update the wiki. Okay, we're gonna solve this one. How many episodes of Sesame Street do you think they made? At least 1,000. At least 1,000. They're still making them. They have like celebrities on them now. I mean, I guess they always have. They got celebrities. They're still making them, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're still making Sesame Street. Right? Probably. I would be surprised if they weren't. I mean, they definitely were making them at least as of like a few years ago. I know because Northern Lion talks about it. He has a daughter, and sometimes he talks about the celebrities that show up on Sesame Street. Also, welcome Marshall. Yeah, they still make it. You guys know about the relationship between Elmo and Rocco? Yeah, that was trending on Twitter at some point. I didn't pay much attention to it. That is a thing. 4,000, holy frick. 4,000, over 4,000 episodes? Heck. That's a lot of episodes. Some shows, yeah, shows they do be continuing. Remember, some of it went to HBO. What the heck? Yeah, there was some drama. Elmo, he was I don't even know. Isn't there like a rock named Rocco, and Elmo's like, I don't think Rock should have human rights or something. I don't need to pray if I didn't say that. He said something. He said some controversial stuff. They canceled him. They were like, you can't say this. Elmo, you can't frickin' say this. I can't believe Elmo would say something like this. Legitimate, it was actually along those lines? What did he do? I thought Elmo was cool. And then what? Also, I think like Elmo used to be a really minor character. But then once they added like Tickle Me Elmo or something, it became a really popular toy. Then he became like a main character. At Link's Allowed, they are. They are indeed. Yeah, there's like a bunch of characters that like, they used to be side characters, but then for some reason or another, they became so popular. They've been promoted to main character. It's like Urkel. You guys remember Urkel? The guy who's like, did I do that? That guy. He is the main character. He became so popular. Same thing with like Fonzie. You guys know about Fonzie? He became the main guy. It's a compilation. This gotta be like 20 minutes long, right? 5 minutes? Okay. Elmo hating on Rocco for 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah, it's just a rock, dude. Bochi the Rock? Fonzie? Oh yeah, Elmo like L, like the Mo. I understand. I understood the joke. It's not sneaky at all. You just have to know. You have to be advanced enough to understand. Okay, what else can I do? We got the 7. This 7's gotta be up here. It literally, there's no other way. Remember when Fozzie Bear? Who's that? Who even is that? Alright, we gotta have, this one can't be there. So the one gotta go there, and you got this one right there. This one, you got those. Great song. Oh, thank you for the raid, Speaker. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. You're probably drawn, right? We do shout out. I think Stream Elements is broken. Every time I try shouting someone out, it doesn't actually say what they were doing. And it's always really delayed. But I'm gonna assume that you were drawing. Because you usually do that. Welcome, Keyblades. Welcome, Flame Duel. Welcome, SF Moonlight Fox. Welcome, Crimson DXD. Welcome, Speaker. Seems like Stream Elements is being derpy today. It was doing that like yesterday as well. Like the past week. It just says, you see, it just says check out check out this person. They were streaming at twitch.tv. It's true. You were indeed streaming at twitch.tv. If you click that link, you can go to Twitch. The homepage. Anyway, hope you had a good stream. Hopefully you drew many things. You had good progress on your drawings. We are playing Hatsune Miku Logic Paint. It's like Picross, except they legally can't call it Picross because that term is owned by a different company. But we got music. You know, they have different characters. Yeah, this is Miku Logic Paint. Glad I could finally catch a stream of mine. Oh yeah, isn't it like 6 AM over there? Our streaming times never really overlap because time zones. Miku Picross sounds fun. I like it. Is Logic Paint the more generic term for Picross? No, it's nonograms. That is the term for Picross. It's named after the person who invented it. It is indeed 6 AM over there. Hopefully, you can rest at some point. But yeah, I'm just gonna be here. I'm streaming. These grams are, yeah, nonograms. More like nonograms, right? Known, like K-N-O-W-N. When you know the solution. Anyway, okay, we gotta have the 3 here, right? Okay, but look at this one. This game is full of, you gotta use logic and facts. So I think this game is pretty good, except there's some things that I wish you could turn off. I like when I'm playing Picross and it doesn't tell you that you got something wrong. So you can just figure it out on your own. But this one, as soon as you make a mistake, they mark it for you. And I'm not a fan of that. And also it does this stuff. Once you automatically fill out a column, it just like crosses everything off. And go to sleep, have a, yeah, hope you have a good sleep. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Yes, it's Saturday over there. Let's see, Happy Days had Robin Williams in an episode and then he became famous. What is that a sitcom? Happy Days? So I'm not familiar with a lot of things. Let's see, the only Picross I played was the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess one on 3DS. Picross is fun. It's so good, right? I think at this time last year, I'd never even played a Picross. And now I play it like basically, I stream it twice a week. I play Mario Picross on Mondays, although that's gonna come to an end soon. We got this on Fridays. And then that's a freaking boar. Check it out, guys. We got the boar. Wow. There's the boar. And you got the cool fan art. Look, it's so good. And you got the boars. Okay, look at this one. That's a good boar. They're not even bored. Welcome X-Job as well. Get the numbers. Got the Lechonk. Got the Hatsune Miku music. Okay, we have one song left to unlock. Look at that. We got almost all of them. There's one left. Alright, next one. Next one. Okay, let's solve a level 3. We'll go to a 20 by 20. Let's do this one. Wow, that's huge. Okay, this doesn't seem that hard. Look at this. This one's gotta be this. These. Actually, all of these have to be that. This one so far, not that tricky. I wish there was like a paint bucket tool. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, we got lots of big numbers here. Sometimes you get intimidated by the puzzle size, but then you take a look and you're like, oh, actually, look at all these large numbers. And then this one is gotta go here. Literally has to go there. Now the rest of it. These all have to be 13, so they all have to go down here. That one. Okay, so that's a 9. The 9's gotta be there. 10 gotta be there. And I think this here, that is the 9. So it can't be up there. That's right, that's right. Take notes. You gotta know. Okay, and then all of these. These all have to be here. You gotta know. So you gotta noted. Gotta be noted. Noted, also one of the goated emotes. Noted, more like goated. Okay, this one goes here. You got the 10. could not be here. Oh, and then look at this. Look at this up here. Bam. That's good. That's good. And then you got this one, has to go down. And then you got the 10. This is a 10. Whoa. Okay, this one was actually pretty easy. I'm saying this as if I'm done, but I'm pretty much done, guys. Pretty much done with this one. Bam. Yeah, sometimes you look at a puzzle and you're like, this one's gotta be hard. But it's not. What is this? It's obviously an electronic panel. You're acting like you've never even seen an electronic panel. Okay, where's that? Where is it? Where's that panel? Where even is that panel? Whoa. It's a very, very VTuber looking design right here. Very cool. It's so electronic. Imagine not even knowing that it's an electronic panel. What about this one? What even about this one? 2, this is the, you got the 2 there, 13. Gotta go right here. 1, you got the 13, literally. Has to be there. Got the 2 there, you got the 14. Everyone knows and loves this song. Life is a bazoo. Okay, so 13. Wait, why did I mark that? Was it correct for me to mark that? No, it wasn't. It actually was not correct for me. No, it is. No. There was no reason for me to do that. Oh well. It was by accident. It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. That 4 can't be there. You got the 7 has to go this way. This thing must be a 7, so it can't be there. Anyway, what else has been going on? Any cool thing? What the heck? Thank you for the raid, Kududa. Welcome. I'll shout you out. The shoutout's gonna be broken. It's not gonna tell me what you were doing. Wait, it actually works now. What the heck? Okay, sometimes Stream Elements is broken. You're playing White Sport. That's the card game, right? Welcome. Okay, yeah, your raid message now makes sense. Cardboard, like the card game. Welcome Attenborough. Welcome Endless Garden. Welcome Kududa. Welcome Nyal Tears. Opening card pack. Oh yeah, that is a thing that people do. You know, I've seen several people do streams where they open card packs, but I've never seen anyone actually play the card game. I don't know anything about the card game, but I do know people love buying the cards. They love opening it. Same thing for Pokemons, right? Pokemons. People just do unboxings of like Pokemon cards, and they're like, "Yo, check out this card," and then I'm just like, I don't even know how to play this. Describe this as a Hatsune Miku spreadsheet game. I have no idea what this is. That's basically what it is. This is one where you think. You think, you put in numbers and logic. You actually play card games? Let's go. They could be fun sometimes. So ChocoJack says, I saw one streamer play Pokemon online for a while. It was literally just unboxing. Wait, is there a Pokemon online like game? I remember there was a Game Boy Color version of a Pokemon trading card game. I actually enjoyed playing that game a lot. It was really fun. There's a Pokemon TCG online. Oh, okay. I feel like playing card games online is like the most convenient way to do it. Right, you don't have to set up, you don't have to like bring energy cards everywhere. Played the Game Boy one before, I had no idea what I was doing. I would recommend it. I think they announced that they were gonna have it in the Nintendo Switch Online at some point. You know, they have like Game Boy Color games on there. I might play that once on stream, I don't know, maybe. Let's see, Pokemon Online TCG. When you buy physical cards, those have codes that allow you... Oh, I see. That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah. I feel like a lot of times when they have card games that are like digital only, you can't transfer stuff over. They just, they want people to spend money on the game. Let's see, I knew some guys who bought Pokemon card packs and sets just to redeem the packs online. Are they like unique per card, or is it like every Squirtle of this card has the same number? Is everything, like every single card is unique? Some card stores just sell the code. Like, what is stopping someone from just like, they buy a card, they take a photo, and then people can just, everyone can just redeem it in game. I guess if it's that, then it has to be unique, right? As one time he's okay, that makes sense. That makes the most sense. Some card stores sell the code and find them for 50 cents. It's been such a long time since I've like been to a card store. I remember when I was a kid, you know, everyone would collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards. And I would go to the card shop. You know, I would like to purchase one booster pack. And then you do, and then you don't get the card you want. And it sucks. The Hemp said, I think it was every pack had a code card in the back of the card. Oh, I see. It's like a special card in the back. See, that's why I like opening cards. At least I can sell the cards if I have to file for bankruptcy. You don't have so much. You have so much like cardboard at home. Man. That's cool though. It's cool. Card collecting. Used to do that back in the day. Anyway, speaking of the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color, I remember I specifically have this like memory of I was in like a summer program, and one day they required you to like bring in like a book or something to read during like free time, and I brought in my instruction manual for the Pokemon trading card game Game Boy Color game, and I would just be reading that. The teacher would be like, "What is that?" You don't understand. It is the Pokemon trading card game. It explains all the rules, everything you need to know to play the game. It was like 30 pages. Remember when they had instruction manuals? Those were good times. Not anymore though. They're all gone now. Let's see, MTG has some digital only cards, and one egregious example of a digital card was a card that needed its own website to use. Oh yeah, when a card has like a wall of text, was the explanation. You can just directly buy the card. True. Digital, pretty convenient. I would bring the Yu-Gi-Oh cards with text walls to school to read them. Yeah, you can play this card. You can, if you spend 6 mana, you can rotate this card 90 degrees. You could gain Trample. Also welcome Effie. Okay, what I should actually be solving the puzzle. Okay, the 3 could be here. We could have the 7. 7's gotta be here. Okay, this one goes here. So this one literally has to be here. And the 7. This one has got to be part of this. Physical cards have perks. The card can outlive the game and people. Yeah, like imagine having like a Charizard, an original first edition Charizard from back in the day. So that's the investment. That's quite the investment right there. You could get thousands of dollars. Also, welcome Newtonia. Is it wrong that if someone talks to me and there's lava land on my face twice, I immediately leave without saying anything? I don't know. You're always just showing up or just saying things. This guy out here just saying things. Shows up, says things. Classic. The 10 gotta go here. I don't know. It is kind of gross though. But kind of, I mean quite. Let's see, every pack from the original set that gets opened, we get one step closer to losing the special situation of getting the last first edition Charizard. But we don't even know. No one even, we can't even keep track of all this stuff. Imagine being the first person to open a card pack that had a Charizard. That'd be cool. Be part of history. I had like so many cards back in the day. I don't think I had any that were like really that good though. Probably if I were to dig them up, it'd probably be worth like $2. Oh well. See, I don't want to be known as the guy who says things. Everyone says things. I'm literally saying things right now. I'm literally saying words. It's 5 is there. Is that trove of memories? Probably not. Probably if I saw the cards, I probably would not. I probably wouldn't have any like specific memories associated with them. Other than like, hey, remember this card? Wow. Not remember this card. Classic card of all time. The coat, the card of all time. I see, Slimeover said, I had a Venusaur that traded for a Raichu. My dad was like, you got scammed. Does your dad know the value of cards? Does he keep track of what's worth what? It's like, son, you have a Blastoise? Don't you know how expensive this is? And you're just like, I don't know, I just like Raichu. See, Newtoni says, you didn't get your first kiss with some nerdy girl while playing Pokemon cards? Did you? No. Okay, the 4? This one's gotta be a 4. Gotta be there. No. Exactly. Rip in pepperoni. The 3, the 2, the 2, the 4's gotta be here. Okay, this one's gotta be a 4. Got the 1, you got a 5 right here, the 2's gotta be there. Imagine having a piece of cardboard that is older than 20 years old and is worth more than a car. Are they actually made of cardboard? It's like, what is the name of that type of paper they use? Is it actually cardboard? It's like cardstock, right? Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing as cardboard? Are they made of the same thing? Yeah, cardstock. It's the stock market. The card stock market. They're both paper. Oh, I know that. I know that they're both paper. Imagine if they weren't paper though. What if they made cards out of glass? Wouldn't that be wacky? That'd be so wacky. Oh, what the heck? Oh, that was already 13. Oh, man. Cardstock is thicker and more durable. More flexible and thinner than what is paperboard? Never heard of paperboard before. Is that like waterboarding? It's like when instead of with water, it's paper. paperboard. Ah, frick. I don't know why I'm messing up. I thought this 3 went this way. No, sorry, I went to 3. I thought the 3 was here. Also, welcome Polyglitch. Let's see, even though cards are made of cardstock, I believe the actual process and components to make the card varies. Yeah, I'm sure they have like different quality paper. It's like people print resumes, not resumes, business cards. Those are also made of cardstock, but it's not the same kind of cardstock as trading cards. I mean, I guess it could be. What if you had a trading card that was a business card? That'd be cool. That's a cool idea. If you can print a business card that looks exactly like a trading card, and it has a list of your skills, now you could stand out. All of the card game players, they'd be like, "Yo, is that a it looks just like a Charizard." What the? Magic the Gathering has some bad cardstock nowadays, especially supplementary products. I don't know. Haven't even seen a trading card in person in like a long time. Let's see my trading card business card. Do you guys have business cards? I remember like when I would go to Japan, if you meet up with like people like Comic-Con and stuff like that, a lot of them they have business cards. And so even non-artists, if you just meet up with like a random anime fan, they may have a business card that has like, you know, here's my favorite series, here's my favorite character from the show. I have one, yes. I have one. It has my drawing of Akari from Aikatsu. It has a link to my Twitter, my Instagram that I don't use. It has a link to a bunch of stuff, and on the back it has an animation on it. You're like, what the? How can you have an animation on a business card? Well, it's many frames. It's the frames of animation. Everyone loved it. I gave it. I went to Comic-Con. I gave it out to people. They're like, what the heck? This is great. No, it's just the frames. The frames of animation. Actually, I wonder if I can find the photo. If I look on Twitter, I might have posted it on Twitter at some point. Maybe. I'm gonna look it up right now. So we need a business to need a business card. It's not actually a business. It's just like a personal card. I think that the term in Japanese is like meishi. It doesn't actually mean business. Okay, let me check on Twitter. From Wolfie business card. It is not there. No, I definitely, hold on. Definitely it's out there somewhere. You know, I don't want to waste time looking for it. But it's there somewhere if I can somehow find it later. It's cool though. Oh wait, I think I have a photo of like when I collected everyone else's business card. Oh, that's from so long ago. No, I'm gonna look for it, okay. I know we're doing Picross, but I gotta look for it. It's relevant to the discussion. Okay, documents. Where did I save this? My downloads folder. Downloads. Japan photos 2. The second time I went to Japan. Okay. Yeah. Where was it? I'm scrolling up. Where are the business? Okay, hold on. This one. Okay, these are not business cards. These are Aikatsu cards. I can't see what I'm looking at right now. But I swear I'm looking at them right now. No, I can't. Oh, hold on. This? No, it's not this. This. I can't find it. You know what, guys? I can't find it. I can't find it. Business card is just a photo of you. Face reveal? No. Do people put their face on their business cards? I feel like even like regular business cards, no one puts their face on their business card. Okay, fine, I'll look for it. I'll look for it. I have it. It's up there, it's out there. It's out there. Okay, hold on, no, I have it, I have it. Guys, I have it. I found it. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Literally right now. As we speak, I'm copying the image to my clipboard. I'm going to my scene in OBS. I am putting this right here. Alright, check this out. I had the stickers. There's my business card. There's the front. Twitter. I got the Mastodon right there. I got Instagram that I don't use. And then here, there is the animation on the back side. It is Akari from Aikatsu. It's cool. It's cool. Everyone loved it. Anyway, I also had stickers and magnets. Yeah, we'll give those out. Anyway, that's it. Actually, I wonder if I can find the business cards I got from other people. Because that is what I was looking for. Oh, hold on. Okay, I have it. I have it. Guys, I have it. I have the other business cards that I received. Check this one out. Check out this one. This one right here. I met all of these people. Look at that. Look at these. It's so nice. Fancy. You got one that's just like beef. You got many Aikatsu fans. This guy right here, he's the guy who's reverse engineering the Apple M1 chip. He's the developer of Asahi Linux. I know him. Who's Beef Boy? That is pork. Okay, sorry, that's actually pork, not beef. That right there, that kanji right there says beef. This guy worked on the ending animation of this anime known as Fairy Lou. It's an anime about fairies. Anyway, I don't know. All these people, many of these people, they're just Aikatsu fans. Who's Pork Boy? His name is actually just beef, or not pork. His name, literally the kanji is just beef. Not, I keep saying beef, not beef. Pork. He is pork. And that's just his username. Not his username, just the what he goes by. Is there a VTuber? No, VTubers weren't really a thing back then. There were not really VTubers. If we can track down all those guys, we can finally uncover my secret identity. I mean, they're not hard to find. Just go to Japan. It's that simple. Also, welcome Marklar. You made pork stock today? Yo, let's go. Is that like cardstock? Haha, just kidding. I know, it's like soup. It's not soup. It's liquid. Liquid that's used to cook other foods. Okay, this one. Okay, what else? 12. 12's gotta be here. The 2, you got the 12. Has to go this way. Okay, there it is. No money. You could just hide in the plane. Just be someone's luggage. Just hide in there. They can't find you. You know, there was actually someone who did that. Someone who stowed himself in a luggage somewhere. I think it was like a guy from England, and he moved to Australia, and he hated it in Australia, and so he didn't have enough money to go back home. So he just hid himself in like a suitcase or something. And he actually eventually found his way home. It's weird. I think it was like back in the 50s. Let's see, in the wheel housing, nothing wrong has ever happened when people have done that. Wheel housing? What is that? What even is that? Make sure the plane's luggage department is heated before you do this. I recommend not doing it. I imagine probably don't do that. But what if it's heated too much? What if it's so much heat? Okay, the 3 is here. 2, actually there's only one possibility for this one. Got the 7-1, the 6 has to go down this way. Now that is done. And then what? 2, 3, 1, 2, that's a 2. 4 is there. 3, 4, 1, that's gotta be a 1. 2, 5, 2, 3. This one's gotta be a 3. Can't even be there. What part of my model's ensemble? Is that a word that people say? Ensemble? None of this. I don't have any of this. Literally none of it. So the part where the wheels go inside when the plane takes off, you can hide in there, totally not freeze to death, asphyxiate, get crushed, fall out when the lid's open again. Oh yeah. There's like the wheel housing. Man, planes are wild. How did we as humans invent something like that? Just stay in the air for so long. Anyway, I'm gonna hydrate. It's been an hour. You guys also make sure you drink water. Okay. That's the power of Ohio. Were planes invented in Ohio? Were the Wright brothers from Ohio? They were never meant to fly. Imagine flying though. Imagine being a bird. It would be so wacky. Requires a lot of energy. You need an efficient fuel source. Yeah. They were from Ohio, but they actually invented the plane in Carolina. Oh. Man. You think about how long ago that was, right? It was invented, when was it invented? Like the 20s? Maybe not the 20s, maybe like the 30s, 1930s? 1910s? I don't know. When were planes invented? You guys know? Anyone out here know history? It's definitely before the 40s. That's when World War II was. Ohio didn't have the winds for testing. Good old Ohio. Classic Ohio. Everyone's making fun of Ohio nowadays. They don't even know. People don't even know. The technology. And dance T-pose. Let's see, you first needed industrialization, then after that you needed to use something other than steam engines. Man, imagine like cats. Imagine explaining to your cat what planes were. They would not even understand. Imagine going back in time, explaining to a caveman. You know, yeah, we can make these big hunks of metal that can fly. Oh, you don't know what metal is? Okay, well, a metal is something we extract from the earth using tools. You know what tools are? Oh, you don't know what tools are? Okay, tools. tools are implements that we use to aid us. And then there's like so many layers, right? You got like technology, you got like electronics. Man. See, I think it's funny that Ohioans, that's what they're called, Ohioans. Ohioans invented mechanical flight and were also the first people to land on the moon. As if there's an existential need to escape Ohio. I think I remember reading that. Wasn't that part of someone's stand-up comedy bit? Good old Ohio. Let's see, I'm not even surprised dogs can get upset when the mailman cycles by. It's like a weird centaur. Yeah, they don't even understand. Pets don't even understand. They don't even know what's going on half the time. The concept of living in a home. There's a few cats that stop near my house every few days. They just show up. They're just there, waiting. For what? For food? You don't know who's been feeding the cat. Maybe the cat is so overfed. Not that people do either this Picross thing is whack. Do what? What are people doing? Technology, understanding technology. Okay, the 3's gotta be here. With the 3, with the 2, with the 5-1. Oh yeah, people don't understand. Do you guys understand Picross? When I say things like the 3's gotta go here, are you guys just like, yeah, he probably knows what he's doing? There are some people that actually understand Picross. But I feel like a lot of people that watch these streams are just like, I don't even know. I don't even know. He just says numbers sometimes. Yeah, Panflo understands. He plays Picross. It's definitely, it is totally, a 4 has to be. Literally no other way. This, see, look, she said it. Moonybug said there has to be a 3 exactly. What did I tell you? 3, that's 3 right there. She was just making it up. However, it was correct. The 2's gotta be here. You got the 3. That's the 3. And then you got the other 3. The last one's right here. Obviously, this is a bag. It's a poppy, obviously. Of course. Where did I solve this? It's a poppy. Obviously, it's a pop. As you know, a poppy. It is this. It is obviously that. The flower. It's a poppy. A poppy seed. It's a cherry. That's not a cherry. That's a poppy. Okay, here. People that don't understand Picross, I'm gonna explain, okay? I do this every once in a while. Explain the rules. So I have something to talk about. Okay, look at this. You got an 8, right? Now let's look at this one. You got the 1 and the 8. You have a 1 and it's separated by some unknown number of spaces. And then there's an 8. There's only one possibility here, right? It has to be right there. Did I pick Luca? Yes. I pick a different character every week. 7's gotta be here, right? Because if you look at this, okay, guys? Check this out. You have a 7, right? A 7-1 over here. The 7 could be from here, or it could be here. But no matter what, these have to be there. So we can do that. And then you look at this 6. The 6 has to go here. Because this space is guaranteed. And then you can't possibly be here. Why did I put the X here? Because this 1, we have this 1. And there's at least 1 empty space before you get to the 7. The 7 could be here, or it could be here. But it could not be here. Because that would make this into a 2. but it's a 1. As you can see here, it's a 1. Alright, and then here, now that we have these, you can do what's called edge strats. I call them edge strats. Okay, you got the 1. It can't be there. Got the 2. Has to be there. Can't it just be 7? It is 7 though. It is. Look, you got the 7 right there. Okay, and then this one, since it starts from here, the 3's gotta go this way. You got the 4 over here. The 5 over here. The 6. Same thing for the rest of this, okay? You got this one. Got that one. You got a 7. Bam. No, you gotta do, okay? The 3, look at this 3, okay? Let's look at this 2, 6, right? We got this 6, it's done, right? The 6 is done. The 2 has to be up here somewhere. The 2 could be here and here. Or it could be here and here. No matter what, it has to be right there. Now that we know this, it has to be literally only one possibility. Right? And then this 3 and the 4. You know the 3 could not be here, because that would make this a 4. Right? You start from here, you say how far does this go? It's a 3. Or this way, it's a 3. Could not be there. Look at this 4. The 4 could go right there, or it could go right here. So it has to be, you know the 3's have to be there. Right, and then this one, the 2. That's a 2, or this could be a 2. It can't be there. And then you look at this, you got the 5 up here. It could only possibly be there. So you do that. Same for this. You got the 5, 1. You think like maybe this could be the 1, this could be the 5. No, it literally could not. The 5 has to go here. Right, and then you look at this, okay. You think, okay, what if the 5 could be here? But it can't. There's no space for that. The 5 has to go up this way. Got the 1 right there. And then this 2. And then you have this one. The 2's right there. Can solve the 6 up there. And now you have the edge right there. 8 has to go right here. And then the only remaining thing is this one. Obviously, it's a necktie. A classic Hatsune Miku necktie. There it is. There it is. There she is. I think I understand. So we'll do another, okay? This is Picross teaching time. Can I do a quick, okay, I'll go slow. I will explain this in a slow manner. Okay, check it out, guys. This one. What did we learn from last time? Since we have 10 here, we have 8 followed by an unknown number of empty spaces, followed by a 1. But as we know, there's only one possibility. It has to be 8, 1. Right? And then, now that we have this thing down here, you know for sure that this thing, we have the edge, right? So this 7, this has to be a 7 because we have this one. This one has to be there. Why can't it be the other way around? No, it's the way it's listed. It goes left to right. Also, welcome Mr. Turtle. It goes left to right. If it was the other way around, it would say 1-8. There is a significance to the order. So if you look at this, 2-5-1, right? You can't, it's not like you can't have 5-1-2 or like 1-2-5. It's got to be 1 and then some unknown number, and then you have the 5, and then you have something, and then you have the 2. So you guys are paying attention. You guys understand. Blue names unite everyone here. Literally everyone has like a blue name, except Stanley. I guess purple is pretty close to blue. Anyway, okay, so now that you got this, right? This 8 right here, you got the 7, right? This one has to be a 7, and literally no other possibility. Actually, okay, this is also just math, right? The 2, 7, that makes 10. So this has to be there as well, right? Now you can just continue with the rest of this, right? You got the, you know, this one has to be a 1. So you can mark this off, right? You go to this one, that one has to be a 1. So that's marked off. That is a 2. And then you just keep doing it. You just keep doing this. That's a 2. Okay, that it did this by on its own. Normally you would have to cross this off yourself. But yeah, there's only a 2 here. So it's there. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm explaining in so much detail, guys. It makes so much sense. It's so fun. I recommend playing it. Right? Okay, and then you got this 2, right? This 2 gotta be there. It automatically marked this off for me, but you would normally do it yourself. We have the 1 and the 4, so that's solved. You know nothing else can be there. And then you do the same thing on this side, right? You got the 3, 1. It has to go here. The 2 has to go here. You can cross these off because it can't be there. This one, you got the 1 and the 3. And so you can cross this off. You can cross these off as well because you got the 1s. This one has to be a 2. It goes up there. You can cross that off. We got the 5 up there. So it has to be there. And then you look at the 3, right? The 3 could only go here. There's only one possibility. And then you can cross these off. You got the 1, 1, 2. This is a 1. That is a 1. You got the 2. That's a 2 right there. 2 has to be there. You can cross that off. Row 2 is wrong. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Okay, you got the 2, 1, 1. We have the 2. We have the 1. There's only one space left. I guess you can also solve it from this. Got the 2, 2. Go that way. This is a baby level. It is. But it helps to explain the basics, right? And then here we do elimination, right? You see the 1, 2 here? You look at this 2, and you think, okay, could the 2 be here? No, it can't, because there's only one space, right? The 2 literally cannot be there. Same thing for this 3. The 3 could not go here. You cross that off. And then you say, okay, the 2, this 3 could only be here. So now you put that there. Look at this 2, 5, 1. The 5 could only go here. There are 5 spaces. Do that. You look at the 2, you're like, okay, the 2 gotta go right here. This 2 also has to be there. Same thing for this one. Now the only thing remaining is this one. You got 4 1s. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Right there. And obviously, this is a pigeon. In case you guys were wondering, that is a pigeon. Yo, look at that. It looks so happy. What is that pigeon? Look, it's so happy. It's like it's pogging. It's a pogging pigeon, okay? You got this pigeon. You got cards. Got an ace. Got a bunch of dice. Good times. There's 2 big brain. No. Here, we'll do another one. Let's do this one, okay? We'll do one of these. Okay, this one, there may be some more complex strats. Okay, look at this 9, okay? When you first start off with Picross, you look at the big numbers and then you determine what you can do with this. So this thing is 10 by 10. Look for numbers that are bigger than 5, right? Anything that can go more than halfway. So you look at the 9. The 9 is pretty big. And you're like, okay, what can I even do with this? Well, you could say if the 9 started from here, it would go up to here, right? It would be like this. You would fill in those. The other way could be if the 9 started from the right side. If it started from the right side, it would go like this way, up here. But then no matter which way it is, you know that these 8 things in the middle, they have to be filled in. So that's a common strat in Picross. You start from the extreme ends, right? You start from here, you do this. You start from the other side, you do this, and then you check for the overlaps. It has to be here. Right, so that's simple. And then you could do the same things with the 8s. You know what, let's look at this one. 2, 7, right? That's also just math. When I say math, I mean there's only one possible solution. So the 2 could be here. You have a space. You have a 7. So it literally has to be there. Right, then you continue looking at it. You're like, okay, this 4 right here. Assuming like this space has to be here, right? So the 4, it could start from here. It could go up this way. Otherwise, it could go down. It could go this way. So you can eliminate these. You can eliminate that one. That's simple. Okay, same thing for this 2, 7 up here. We solved this one. This one is the same thing. could do that. And there's many ways to go. You can look at this 3, right? You have this one, you have this one. You know it has to be here, because to make it a 3, it has to be in this space. You can't have it go up, because that would be disconnected. So that's a 3. And you have the 6 on the edge, so it has to go up to here. I should be a teacher. I would not enjoy teaching. Okay, you got the 2, right? You look at this one. You got a 2 and a 5. If you have something that's crossed off, you know for sure this has to be part of the 2, so it has to go up. This has to be part of the 5. It has to go down. So you could just start doing it. Do that. And then you look at this 4. And this 4, you know for sure it has to be here. Because this one has to be connected, so it has to be here. The 4 could be here, or it could be here. But no matter what... Actually, okay, we know it can't be here. But then you look at the 9, right? The 9, we cross that off. The 9 could only go here. You count this, that is 9. It could not be there. Right, and then what we did with the 2 and a 5 here, you do the same thing with the 2, 3. This has to be the 2. This has to be the 3. You can do that. You can do this. And then you got this 3. This one has to be connected this way. Could not even be there. You got the 4. There's only one possibility there. Got the 3, 4. Got this one. That's the 3. And then you got the 4. The 4 could only go there. And then this one's got to be the 2. There's only one option. This one down here has to be the 3. You got the 6 here. Has to go across. It's that simple. That is that easy. Okay, you got the 3. This 3 has to go this way. And then you got the 4, 3. The 4 could not... We already have the 4, so it can't be there. The 3 has to be there. And then the only remaining things are the 1, 2. There's only 2 spaces there. Bam, that's a heart. It's got to be a heart. Whoops. I loaded the image. Yeah, there it is. That is it. Yeah, literally a heart. Which one was that? It was, this one. Yo, there's the heart. She's doing the motion. She had to do it to him. He's got the drip. They've all got the drip. Look at that. They're so fancy. Anyway, that's Picross. It is, there are some more complex strategies out there. But those should be able to get you through, like, the first several levels. And now if we jump to, like, a slightly harder one, you might see, you'll be like, oh, what's going on here? 15 by 15. Like, what the heck? 15 by 15, that's huge. You do the same strat. You start with 15. Look for the big numbers. 15, there's only one possibility. How did I get into Vocal Line? I used to listen to a lot of it back in the day. Just, Nico Nico. You guys remember Nico Nico? Classic. Anyway, so now we have this 15, right? That tells you, we got this 4. This has to be part of the 4. So it could go this way, or it could go this way. But given that information, we know it could not possibly be there. It could not possibly be here. Right? And then now that we've crossed these off, you look at what that can eliminate. This one up here, there has to be a 9 in this column. And we know for sure that the 9 could not be here. The 9 could not be here. Right, you cross that off. Fill up the 13 in the middle. Yes, you can do that. Right, as we mentioned, the 13, if you start from the bottom, the 13 would have to go up to here. Otherwise, if you start from here, 13 would have to go down here. And so you do this. Right, it literally has to be there. Let's go another Picross gamer. It's fun, I recommend. You could play for free on your phone. Or on, there's probably websites for it. Right, and then you got this 11. Check it out. You can do the same thing. You start from the left. The 11 would go up to here, right? The other way, if you start from this side, The 11 has to go up to here. So you check where those two overlap, it's these. These 7 spaces in the middle, the 11 has to be there. Right, and then you just keep doing that. You just keep doing the same thing. Right, there is a slightly more complex strat here. Also look at this, 1, 1, 10, 1. Right? You can do a similar thing to what we were doing with the 13s here. You say, okay, what if the 1, 10, 1 started from here? And what you do is you assume the minimum number of spaces. So you say, okay, the 1 could be here. You have a space here. Then the 10 could start from here. And then you go over 10 spaces. Okay, so the 10 would end here. Right, and then you would have a 1 here. Remember, guys, what we did here? The 1 here. The 10 goes this way. Keep track of these spaces. This one, there. And then you do the same thing on the other side. You say the 1 could be here. The 10 could go across this way. And then you could have a 1 here. Okay, and then you're like, where did those overlap? The 10 overlaps. So where did that overlap? You go this way, the 10 goes there. You go this way, the 10 goes there. So it has to be, literally has to. This is a bit more advanced. There's an explanation on Wikipedia, actually. This is where when I checked Wikipedia to understand what this was, I was like, oh, actually it makes a lot of sense now. You look for the overlaps. True, so true. And then what? And then you can do the same thing here, right? The 3 and the 9. Yeah, Wikipedia, Nonogram, it describes some common strategies. Right, so you do the same thing here. 3, 9. You could say, okay, what if the 3 started here? The 3 is here. You have a space, and then you have a 9. The 9 could go down to here. Right? I'm just gonna mark this. And so, like, if the 9 started down here, it could go up to here. Right? Go down to here. So if you look at before, you had the 3 here, the 9 here, and then the other way, you got the 9 here. It overlaps here. It was in order. Yeah, that's the classic part. Some people don't realize that. The bottom row is simple. Bottom row. Yes, the bottom row. True. We know this is a 3. So it could go this way, it can go that way. But it can't be here. It can go this way. It could not be here. Right, and then now that we've crossed off a bunch of things here, you can look at this and say, okay, there's a 2 here. The 2 could not possibly be here. Right, because there's only space for one thing. The 1 could be here or here because there's space for that. And then what do? We look at this 4, right? Look at this 4. It has to be here, right? So you do that. It crosses off the rest of them. And then you do the same elimination stuff down here. Right, the 3 could not be here. You cross that off. The 2s, you have 2s down here. Can't fit a 2 going up this way. Cross that off. And then you look at these, right? You got the 6. The 6 has to be here. So you know, since there's no other number in this row, it has to be connected this way, right? To make it a 6. And then you say, okay, the 6 will go here. It can't go this way. It could start from here and go this way. Could not be here. Do the same for the 9. Since there's no other number here, it has to be connected there. You start from this side, you say the 9, it could go up to here. Cross that off. The 9 could go from here to there. And that's fine. And then what? Then what can you even do? I don't even know. And then this 9. Look at this 9 up here. Right, this 9? If the 9 started from here, it would go down to here. If the 9 started from here, it would go up to here. And then you look for the overlap, so you say the 9 does that. The 9 has to be here. The line that contains a 12, the line that contains a 12. Normally you would say the row, okay, the column. Yes, the column that has a 12. Contains a 12 that starts from the bottom. You don't know. It could be, well, no matter what, it has to connect here, right? These two have to be filled in. Because to be a 12, it has to go through these. You can fill that in. If you can start the 12 from down here, like assume the 12 starts from the bottom. You go up to here, right? The 12. It has to. Literally, there's no other option. The 12 has to be in these three. So you do that. And then you say, okay, what if the 12 was... If the 12 started from here, you'd have a 12 going up. So no matter what, the 12 can't be up here. Right? Because there's not enough space for that. Then what? And then you just look at the other ones. Right, this 9 and the 1, right? If you look at the fact that we have three spaces filled in, we know that this 3 has to be part of something that's bigger than 3. We have a 9 and a 1 here, so this 3 could not be part of the 1. And then if we have something to the left of that, we know that this has to be connected. This has to be part of the 9. Because as you know, it's not 1 9, it's 9 1. So it has to be there. Same thing for this row. It's got to be there, as well as this one. So these have to be part of the 9. It can't start from the top because it needs to be 13 for it to make sense to start from the top. Can't start. Oh, you mean this one? Yes. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah, because if it was here, it could not go down to there. It's just a different way of achieving the same thing. There's many ways to do things in this game. All right, and then what? And then you look at this 2, 2. Right? We have one space here, so that 2 can't be there. Because you need at least 2. And then here's another strat. Okay, you have this one space. It's near the edge, but you think we know for sure that it can't be here. The 2 could not be here. Why is that? Because of this one. It could go. The 2 could go this way, or it could go this way. But no matter what, if the 2 went this way, whoops, there's not enough space to put another 2 here, right? Same thing for this way. So the 2, you know for sure, can't be there. Right, so that's one thing. That's one additional strategy to add to your arsenal. And then what? And then what can you do? Well, you can look at some big numbers, right? 2, 6, right? Or 6, 2. What does that mean? If you start off the 2 from here, you have a space, the 6 could go up this way. Otherwise, if the 6 started here, whoops, you could go down, the 6 would go down here, and then you would have a 2 here. But then you look at the overlap. It'd be easier if I could draw this. Actually, I can. Wait, I forgot. You can do this. Right, if you look at the 6, right, you could do this. The 6 could go this way, the 2 would be here. Otherwise, you would have the 2 could start from here, and then the 6 would be here, right? And then you look at where those 2 overlap. The 2 overlaps, you know, the 2 is there. The 6 overlaps here. Right, you look at this. You know for sure this one's got to be the 2. This one's got to be part of the 6. And then now that we have the edge, you can just do edge strats, right? It's a 1. It's not there. The 1 is not there. The 9. This one's got to be the 9, right? Now that 9 is there. Got this 9 right there. So these must be connected. Same for this. And that's not there. And then what? Well, now that you have this, you crossed off all of these, right? You know the 3 has to be up here, because that is the only place you could put it. The 3 is there. The 9 has to go down this way. Cross that off. This 3, it could start here, it can go this way. Or it could start here and go this way. But no matter what, it can't be here. And then now you cross this one off. It just cascades. The 13, it could go up this way. It's got to go up that way. It's that simple. It's so easy. And you got this too, right? We already have 2 spaces here. So you cross that off, because that would make it a 3, right? Now that you cross this one off, you know that the 12 then, the 12 has to go up this way. So you got that one. We got this one. The 3 has to be there. Yep, there it is. There's the 3. Then you just continue applying fact and logic, right? You got the 181 here. You know this 1 is already solved, so you can't be there. You know for sure this has to be part of the 8. So if it goes this way, it has to be connected here. So do that. Right. And then here. Here's another thing you can do. You see this thing in the middle? You got 4 spaces that are filled in. You look at what we have here. We have a 3, 6, 1. The 6, this 4 has to be part of the 6, right? And so you do the assumption stuff from before. You say, okay, what if the 6 started here? It would go this way, right? Or if the 6 started here, it would go this way. But if the 6, no, sorry, we should start assuming from the 3. Right? If the 3 started here, you'd have the 3 there. Then the 6 would go this way. Then you would have a 1. Otherwise, the 1 starts here. And the 6, but it can't be there. That means the 6 has to start from here. Or it could start from there. And then the 3 goes this way, right? You know, no matter what, the 3 has to be here. Because what we did, we started the 3 there. The 6 can go here. The 3 could be there. That may be a bit advanced. Slightly advanced. But I'm sure you can understand. Forgot it can be not sticking to the edges exactly. Alright, so you got that, right? You got this one. Now you look at this one. You see we have 3 spaces here. This one has to be part of the 5. And so we know for sure, this thing down here has to be the 1. Because the 5 could not go down, like, you know, that would make it a 7. So you can cross this off, because this has to be a 1. Cross that off. You cross this off, because it has to be part of the 2. Now you know for sure, this other 2 has to be here. Because it could be here, it could be there. Right, you guys understand it? Now it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense, guys. You got the 9 over here. The 9 could not even be here, right? And then if you were to start the 9 from this side, it would go here. Right? You just do that. Just do that logic. And then now we got this 1 down here. Got the 1, 6, 4. 1, 6, 4. This one's got to be the 6, right? If the 6 were to start from here, it would have to go up to here. You know for sure that has to be there. Isn't that wrong on row 10? If I start the 6 from the left edge, the 4, and move to the right. Over here. If I start the 6 from the left edge of the 4. No. It's totally valid. I'm not sure what you were getting at, but I'm sure at some point it made sense. Okay, so this is the 8, right? We have the 8 already. We cross that off, because we got the 8. And then from here, you know, this is a 2, right? Because of this. It's a 2. We know this one has to be a 2 as well. It goes up. Right, the pork stock I made, it turned out tasty. Yeah, let's go. Pork, pretty good. Would recommend pork. Okay, then what else can we do? Well, look at this one. Got the 3, 1. This one has to be the 3. So you can cross this off. You can cross that off. And then, now that we've crossed this off, we know the 11 can't be here. Right, because it would have a 1. And so you start the 11 from here. You go across. It has to be here. If the 11 started here, it would only go up to here. So you know the 11 can't be there. And then you continue to use logic. The 6 has got to be up here. Right, it's got to be there. And then what? And then you look at the 1, 8, 1, right? 1, 8, 1. You got the 1 there, one there already. If the 8 was to start from here, it would go up to here. We know for sure it has to connect these 2. Right. And then you look at this 7, 1. This 7, 1 up here. We already have the 7, so we know for sure it could not be here, and it can't be there because that's a 7. We have this 3. This 3 right here has to go this way right there. Or it could be here. But they overlap on this space. So you put that there. The top row has you drawn. So true. Yeah, look at this one. Right here we got a 2. This 2 has to be part of the 6, because the other ones are 1. So since we have these 2 against an edge, right? That's an edge right there. And the 6 has to go this way. Cross that off. Now that we have these, we can apply edge strats, right? The 4 has to go down. The 2 has to go down. This 2 has to go down. And cross these off. And then we know, look at this one, the 911. Yo, 911. Isn't that the emergency services number? Yes, it is. Cross that off. Because this is the one. Guaranteed to be the one. And then you look at this 181. How many do we have here? That is already an 8. So you can cross that off. You look at this 151. We know this has to be the 5. So it has to go down this way. And then you just continue checking. You got the 1, 10, 1. Now since we have a 10 here, the 1 has to be right there. You can put that there. And then you check if this is this a 10? Well, it is a 10, so you can cross that off. The last thing remaining in this column, or this row, is a 1. You put that there. You know this has to be the 3. Because you got a 2, 3. This one's got to be a 3. Literally has to. Cross that off. And then you can do, look at that. Look at the 6. Yeah, Denchi was one of the people that did not understand Picross at some point. And then he started playing it and he was like, actually, this is pretty cool. And he was solving things. He was out there solving things. Yo, I was so proud. I was so proud. He posted his screenshot of his Picross in that Discord. I was like, this guy understands. He knows. Anyway, look at this. The 9 right there. If the 9 started here, it'll go here. If the 9 started there. But no matter what, it has to be right here. You also play Miku Picross? Let's go. I'm gonna assume you have it on Steam, right? Okay, you got this one. 1271, right? You look at what's remaining here. This one has to be the 2. The 2's gotta be here. Because if it wasn't, it would connect here. That would make it like a huge number. So you know that 2 has to be here. Cross that off. This is already a 7. Cross that off. The 1 is remaining, has to be there. I thought it was free. You could probably pirate it. I don't know. But there are many free Picross games. There's so many of them. You just find them online. They're not like professional quality, but they're pretty good. Okay, now the remaining things. You got a 6 right there. It has to start from here, so it has to go this way. Right? And then what? 117. That's right. We often say 1-1 in this game. The 7 could not be here. Literally could not be there. Because there's only a space for 1 there. Cross that off. And then look at the 181 in this row. 1 has to be there. Now that we have this, we know this has to be a 2. Literally gotta be 2. Right, and then you look at this. We got that 2-2. That 2-2. Desmond 2-2. The 2 has to be here. Because this is against the edge. So it's that. Look at the 9-1. We only have 1 remaining space here. It has to be there. Look at the 151. There's only 1 space remaining. Literally gotta be there. Look at the 9. It has to go down. Has to be there. And then the final remaining space. You got the 2-2. Gotta be right there. Bam. It's that easy. This is a puppet. Guys, you thought it was a flout? No, it's a puppet. That's right, guys. That's right, it's a puppet. Obviously. Look at this. They look so smug. Look at that smug expression. So smug. How are they so smug? This guy's puppeteering. Anyway, that's great. That is how you play Picross. And now I will demonstrate the final puzzle today. I will go fast. Okay, we got the 1-8. We got the 8 right there. Literally has to. Then we got the edge strats. You got the 1, you got the 2, you got the 3. You got 2 right there, you got the 3, look at the sign, you got the edge straps. You can easily follow this. The 6 has to go there, then you got the 5. Right, then you got this 5. You got the 2 right there, it has to go this way. Cross that off. And then you just continue, you got the 8 right there. That as well, you got another edge strap, you got the 1, that's a 2. Just going down here, that's a 1, 2. The 3, you got the 6 going up. Literally has to be that way. I don't make the rules, it has to be that way. The 3 going here, you got the 2, 2, 3. The 2 has to be there, has to go this way. The 2, you got this one's gotta be there. That one, and then you have one there, and then there. Wait, that's Picross? That's a trumpet. Obviously, that's a trumpet. Right there. Trumpet time, right there. Is that simple? You know, I'll demonstrate again. I said that was the last one. No, it's not. It's not. Got one more. This for real. Last one for real. Okay, if there's a 0, it means there's nothing there. So you look at the 7 one, right? You got the 1, the 7 gotta be literally right there. And then you got the edge strap. That's so easy. The 4, you got the 3, got another 3, 4, that 4 is done. 3, that's a 4. That's a 4 right there. You guys might not even know. That's a 4. Literally gotta be a 4. And then what? Then now you look at this and you're like, I don't know what to do. You look at the 4 up here. The 4's gotta go right there. This has to be a 1. And then this one, okay, this is a strategy. You got the 1, right? You got the 1, 2, 1. It can't be here, because this could be a 1, or this could be the 1. This could be a 2. We don't know. But we know for sure it can't be here. And you look at this one, you got the 2 over here. You got the 1 there. You got the 2 right there. You got this one, that's a 2. You got the 1. You got the 1, 1, 2. This could be a 2. Don't be tricked. This could be a 2. You don't even know. Simply don't even know. Row 7, true. It could be there. That's a 1 right there. And then this one. This one's gotta be, it could be a 1. It could be a 3. We don't know. You can't say. You know for sure. Got the 3, 1, 1. You know for sure the 3 has to be here somewhere. So the 3's gotta be there. Right? And then, with this, you got the 1, 3, 2, 1, 3. 3's gotta be there. Right? 2's gotta be here. Then you got the edge right there. 2 right there. This one, if you look at this one has to be part of the 3. So it can't be here. It's gotta go this way. Got the 1 right there. And then what? And then what even can you do? What even? You got the 3 over here. So now this 3 is done. Now 1 over here. Then you know for sure the 2 has gotta be there because it can't be there. You got the 3, got the 2, another 1 right there. And then the 2. The 2's gotta be here. You know for sure that's a 1. There's a 1 right there. Got that one, and then you got this one. Obviously a carp streamer. You guys know carp streamer. Classic streamer person who streams carp. There it is. It's carp streamer. The carp V2. Look, why is his socks all broken up like that? What is this battle damage? Were you damaged in battle? What's his Twitch? Twitch.tv/carp. Check it out, guys. Okay, well that's it. That is Picross. I hope that was educational. Hope you learned a lot from this. Would leggings like that rip up? Probably, I don't know. Maybe, it is possible. But yeah, that's it. That's all. You gifted a sub to Carp. That's not even a real person. That's a Carp. It's a Carp right there. Wait, thank you for the gift sub, though. Okay, today. Many days today. Yo, National Pizza Party Day. Frog Jumping Jubilee Day. NASCAR Day. May Ray Day. Plant Something Day. Virtual Assistance Day. Let's do pizza. I gotta do the National Pizza Party Day right now. Okay, National Pizza Party Day raid. Post your favorite pizza emote. Now we'll see who's streaming. You could watch. Chocojack, she's playing Tears of the Kingdom. Classic game. You could watch. Handful's playing Metroid. Zolly is just chatting. Okay, who do I want to raid? I will raid Chia. Chia is doing a subathon, so I will send you over there. Wait, have a good rest of your Friday or Saturday, depending on time zone. Also, thank you for anyone who stuck around from the raids. Whether you're just AFK or you're actually watching, thanks for being there. Pizza party. Yeah, pizza D's. Am I right, guys? Haha, pizza, got 'em. Pizza's pretty good. Also, welcome Potato Games. Good old pizza. Good old pizza. You know, I was actually considering ordering pizza today for lunch, but I didn't. I could have. If I had known, I would have done. It's too late. It's too late now. It's not too late. Not for dinner. Too late for lunch. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna stop talking. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. No one, literally no one even knows. Dinner, yes. Goodbye.